Have to wait till it is recording. Think it is now. Maybe. I don't know. It is. Okay. Welcome everyone to No Beard Shakespeare-Romeo and Juliet. And here we go. Woo, 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 woo. Prologue. Enter Prince.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Prince looks across the stage as the next scene begins to play. Sampson and Gregory enter, talking and play fighting. I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
Oh, a dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runst away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand.
The quarrel is between our masters and us men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant. Take it in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense that feels it.
Oh, me they shall feel while I'm able to stand, and 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
Draw thy tool. Here comes the house of Montagues. Let us take the law on our side. Let them begin. I will frown as I pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir. No, sir.
Oh, but if you do, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Art, fools, put up your swords. You know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do, but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward!
Down with the Capulets!
Down with the Montagues!
Oh, what noise is this? Give me my long sword,
A crutch. Why call you for a sword?
My sword, I say. Old Montague is come and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Oh, thou villain, Capulet, hold me not, let me go.
Thou shalt not stir 1 foot to seek a foe.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to the peace. Will they not hear? What ho! You men, you beasts, on pain of torture, from whose bloody hands throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 Civil brawls bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon to know our farther pleasure in this case. To old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart!
Who set this ancient quarrel new abroach? Speak, nephew, were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared, which as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds. Who nothing hurt withal hissed him in scorn, while we were interchanging thrusts and blows. Came more and more and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
So early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me and stole into the covert of the woods. I, measuring his affection by my own, which then most sought where most might not be found, being one too many by my wary self, pursued my humor not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fed from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs.
Away from light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chambers pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair light, daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel may cause them remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of it. Can we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes. So please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
Come, husband, let us away.
Good morrow, cousin.
The day so young. Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Tell me in sadness, who is that you love?
What? Shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why no, but sadly tell me who.
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved Rosaline? She'll not be hit by Cupid, she that hath sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Teach me how I shall forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties, 'tis the way.
Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
Thine. Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, loving hate, oh anything of nothing, first create. Misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms. This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou now laugh?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Farewell, my coz.
Soft. I will go along. And if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He is some other where.
My Romeo, art thou mad?
Mad, bound more than a madman is, shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented. Good evening, good Mercutio.
Ah, God, good even. I pray, sir, can you read?
If I know the letters in the language.
Ah.
At my poor house look to behold this night, earth-treading stars that make the dark heaven light. Such comfort as do lusty young men feel when well-apparelled April on the heel of limping winter treads. E'en such delight among fresh fennel buds shall you this night inherit at my house. Hear all, see all, and like her most, whose merit most shall be.
Now I'll tell you without asking. The author is the great rich Capulet, and if you be not of the house of Montagues, he prays come and crush a cup of wine.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go hither, and with unattained eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
Oh, one fairer than my love, the all-seeing sun ne'er saw such a match since the first world begun.
Tut, you saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. But in that crystal scales let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid. That I'll show you, you're shining at this feast, and she shall scant show well that now seems best.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own. Act 1, Scene 2, enter Capulet and Paris.
Montague is bound as well as I, in penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you bold, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying over what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger in this world. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth hath swallowed all my hopes but she. She's the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris. Get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. And she agreed within the scope of her choice. Lies my consent and fair according of voice. This night I hold an accustomed feast, whereto I've invited many a guest, such as I love, and you among the store. One more most welcome makes my number more. Come go with me.
Act 1, Scene 3, enter Lady Capulet and Nurse.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
I bade her come. What? Lamb? What, ladybird? Oh, God forbid, where's this girl? What? Juliet!
How now? Who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give us leave for a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Oh, Faith. I can tell her age up to an hour.
She's now 14.
Oh, she's not 14. How long is it now? Oh, that was the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed. And I might live to see thee married once. I have my wish.
Enough of this. I pray thee, hold thy peace, Mary. That Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter, Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus, then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. Ooh, lady, such a man is all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Oh, nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another leads content. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. So shall you share all that he doth possess by having him, making yourself no less.
No less. Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris love?
I'll look to like, if looking liking move. But no more deep will I indart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Well then, the guests are come, supper served up. I'm called, my young lady asked for. We must hence to wait. I beseech you, follow straight. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy days.
Act 1, Scene 4. Enter Romeo, Mercutio, Benvolio, Abram, holding masks. What? Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
Oh, let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch. I'm not for this ambling, but by heavy I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? Ow, it is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn.
Oh, if love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor? What care I? What curious eye doth coat deformities?
Come, knock and enter. And no sooner, but every man betake him to his legs.
Yeah, I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was fair so fair, and I'm done.
If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire. Or save your reverence, love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Ah, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Oh, well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talks of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
We cannot be here and there too. Be brisk.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars. But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
Strike drum.
Act 1, Scene 5. Enter Capulet and his household, all the guests and gentlewomen and Romeo, Mercutio, Benvolio, and other maskers.
Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hall, give room, and foot it, girls. More light, you knaves, and turn the tables up, and quench the fire. The room is grown too hot. It's
What lady's that? Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. And my heart loved till now. Or swear at sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his face, would be Montague. Fetch me my rapier, man. What dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Oh, now by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Hey, how now? Kinsman, wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. Let him alone. I would not for the wealth of all this town, here in my house, do him disparagement. Therefore be patient. Take no note of him. It is my will, the which if thou respect, show a fair presence and put off these frowns. An ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. Oh, what goodman boy, I say he shall. Go to. Am I the master here? Or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests.
Why, uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to. Or more light. Ha ha! More light! For shame, I'll make you quiet. Ha! What cheerly, my heart!
Hideous fool. Blunt thou the lion's paws. Pluck the keen teeth from this fierce tiger's jaws. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which manly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. Then move not, while my prayers effect I take. Thus from my lips, by thine, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary, bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house.
She a Capulet.
Away, begone, the sport is at the best.
Yeah, and I, so I fear, the more's my unrest.
City and so. Why then, I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Good night.
Come hither, nurse. What's he that now is going out of door?
His name is Romeo. And a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate? Too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
Anon, anon. Come, let's away. The strangers are all gone.
Act 2, Scene 1. Enter Romeo alone on the street. Can I go forward when my heart is here?
Romeo? Oh, my cousin, Romeo, Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life hath stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and leapt this orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio.
Oh, nay, I'll conjure too. Oh, Romeo, humors, madman, passion, a lover. Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Oh, well, he heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her hall forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
That were some spite. My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress's name, I conjure only but to raise him up.
Come, he hath hid himself among these trees, to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
For if love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain. To seek him here, that means not to be found.
Act 2, Scene 2. Romeo comes forward from the bushes of Capulet's house. We hear Mercutio from the previous scene shouting in the distance. He jests at scars that never felt the wound. Soft. What light through yonder window breaks? Oh, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It is my lady. It is my love. Oh, that she knew she were.
Ay me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. What's a Montague? Is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Henceforth, I will never be Romeo. I know not how to tell you who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee.
Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thee hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look'st thou but sweet. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
And thou but love me. Let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death peruged, wanting of thy love.
Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou may prove false. Oh, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love
Well, do not swear. No, although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contact tonight. It is too rash, too advised, too sudden, too like lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it.
Juliet,
Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam, Juliet.
I come anon, but if thou meanst not well, do beseech thee.
Juliet.
I come anon. By and by I come, to cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Or will I send?
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times. Night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Blessed night. Oh, I am afeard being in night. All this is but a dream.
My Romeo.
Oh, it is my soul that calls my name.
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 year till then. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Hence will I go to my ghostly friar's cell, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell. Act 2, Scene 3. Enter Friar Lawrence alone with basket collecting herbs.
Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence with medicine power. For this being smelt with that part cheers each part. Being tasted stays all senses with the heart. 2 such opposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, father.
What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
Rosaline, my ghostly father, no, I have forgotten that name and that name as well.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I've been feasting with mine enemy. Where on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both our remedies within thy help in holy physic lies.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we moved, we made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray that thou consent to marry us today.
Oh, Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here. Is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies, not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love, that of it doth not taste. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not yet washed off yet. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Ah, thou chidst me oft for loving Rosaline,
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
and badest me bury love.
Not in a grave, to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide me not. Her I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect, I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn to household's rancor to pure love.
Let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Act 2, Scene 4. Enter Benvolio and Mercutio.
Ah, where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. Oh, I spoke with his man.
Oh, why, that same pale-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
Huh, a challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares being dared.
Oh, alas, poor Romeo. He's already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than Prince of Cats. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing, prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests his minim rests, 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. Ah, the immortal passado, the punto reverso.
Oh, here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo. Oh,
Flesh, flesh, how art thou fishified? Signor Romeo, bonjour. Here's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give thee?
The slip, sir, the slip.
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why? Then is my pump well flowered.
Come between us, good Benvolio. My wit faints. Oh, why, is this not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art.
Stop there. Stop there.
Here's goodly gear.
Two, a shirt and a smock.
My fan.
To hide her face, for her fans the fairer face.
Upon you, what a man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar.
Oh, gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I might find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name for a fault of worse.
Oh, well, you say well. If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
Oh, she will indict him to some supper.
Abad. So ho. Romeo, will you come to your father's? Will to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady. A lady. A lady.
Pray you, sir, a word. As I told you, my young lady bid inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, if you should lead her in a fool's paradise, as they say, it was a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should double deal with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Oh, good heart. Oh, and in faith I will tell her as much. Oh, Lord. Oh, she will be a joyful woman.
What will you tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
Well, I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
No. Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall at Friar Lawrence's cell be shrived and married.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there. Oh, no. Oh, God in heaven bless thee. Oh, hark you, sir. Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife abroad, but she, oh, good soul, had as lief see a toad, a very toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the proper man, but I'll warrant you when I say so, she looks as pale as any clout in the versal world.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, oh, 1,000 times.
Act 2, Scene 5. Enter Juliet.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour, she promised to return. She cannot meet him. No, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts which 10 times faster glides than the sun's beams. Now is the sun upon the hightmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Oh God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Have you met with him? Now, good sweet nurse. Why thou look so sad?
Oh,
Oh, if news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If God, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sad.
Oh, I'm weary. Give me leave a while. Oh, fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I?
I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste. Can you not stay a while? Do you not see? I am out of breath.
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath?
Oh,
Thy news, good or bad, answer to that. Say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, and yet his leg excels all men's. For a hand and a foot and a body, though they not be to be talked on, yet they are past compare. Oh, go thy ways, wench. Serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but all this I did know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. Oh, what a head have I. It beats as if it would fall into 20 pieces. Oh, my back. Oh, to the other side. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Oh, beshrew your heart for setting me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
Faith, I'm sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman and a courteous and a kind and a handsome and I warrant a virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where's your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforth, do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Oh, now comes the wanted blood up in your cheeks. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, out to dinner, hie you to the cell.
High to high fortune, honest nurse. Farewell.
Act 2, Scene 6. Enter Friar Lawrence and Romeo.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Do thou but close our hands with holy words, and love devouring death do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder. Therefore love moderately. Long love doth so, too swift arrives, as tardy as too slow. Come, come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate too in one.
Act 3, Scene 1. Enter Mercutio, Benvolio, and their men.
I pray thee. Ugh, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot. The Capulet's abroad, and if we meet, we shall not scape a brawl.
Thou art like one of these fellows that, when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps down his sword upon the table and says, "God send me no need of thee." And by the operation of the second cup, draws him on the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. Thou hast quarreled with a man for coughing in the street. Didst thou not fall out with a tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter? And yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling.
And I were so apt to quarrel as thou art. Any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
Ah, the fee simple. Oh, simple.
My head, here comes the Capulets.
By my heel I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good evening. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us? Couple it with something. And make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Oh, Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What, dost thou make us minstrels? Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zounds, consort!
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man. Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better terms than this. Thou art a villain. What say you, Romeo?
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou know'st me not.
Boy, not excuse the injuries that thou done me. Therefore, and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, which name I tender dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, dishonorable, vile submission! Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
That mean you to make bold withal? I am for you.
Gentleman Mercutio, put your rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Draw, Benvolio.
Hmm?
Beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. Hold, Tybalt. Mercutio!
Art thou hurt?
I scratch. Mary, 'tis enough.
Man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. It will serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find a great man. Sounds like a cat to scratch a man to death. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio. They have made worms meat of me. A plague on both your houses!
Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This must begins the woes that others must end. Alive in triumph and Mercutio slain! So fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I, or both, must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here shall with him hence. I shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone, stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken hence. Be gone, away.
I'm fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man slain by young Romeo that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin. Oh, my brother's child. Oh, prince. Oh, cousin. Husband. Oh, the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman. Prince, as thou art true, for blood of our shed blood of Montague.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo spoke, Tybalt fair, bid him bethink of oft the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure. All this uttered could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, that he tilts with piercing steel, and bold Mercutio's breast receives it. Romeo cries aloud, hold, friends, friends part, and swifter than his tongue and twixt them rushes underneath whose arm an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio. Then Tybalt withdrew, but by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge. And to it they go like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them was stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false. He speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood doth owe.
No, not Romeo, Prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears, nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Act 3, Scene 2. Enter Juliet alone.
Come, night. Come, Romeo. Come, thou day and night. Come, gentle night. Come, loving, black-browed night. Give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath no robes and may not yet wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news. And every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Oh, Melody! He's dead! He's dead! He's dead! Oh, we are undone, lady, we are undone! Alack the day! He's gone! He's killed! He's dead!
Can heaven be so envious?
Oh, Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo! Romeo! Whoever would have thought it? Romeo!
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture should be roared in dismal hell. Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou but I, and that bare vowel I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. And if I am not I, if there be such an I, or those eyes shut that make thee answer I, if he be slain, say I, or if not, no. Brief sounds determine my weal or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark here on his manly breast. Oh, pale, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood. Oh, gore, blood. I swooned at the sight.
Oh, break my heart. Poor bankrupt, break at once.
Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead? My dearest cousin and my dearer lord, then dreadful trumpet sound the general doom. For who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is gone and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. It did. Alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent heart hid with a flowering face. Damned saint and honorable villain. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Or that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace?
No, there's no trust, no faith, no honesty in man. All perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissemblers. Shame come to Romeo.
Blessed be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is ashamed to sit. For 'tis a throne where honor may be crowned, so monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Ah, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Oh, how bad foolish tears! Back to your native spring. My husband lives, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it passes to my memory. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banished, that one word banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. Romeo is banished. To speak that word.
My dear chamber, I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark you, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He's hid at Lauren's cell.
Give this ring to my true knight and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Act 3, Scene 3, enter Friar Lawrence.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored by thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity. I bring thee tidings of thy prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Nobody's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment! Oh, be merciful, say death! For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Here from Verona art thou banished.
Oh,
Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
oh, there is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world. Thou cuts my head off with a golden axe and smiles upon the stroke that murders me.
Oh, deadly sin, oh, rude unthankfulness. Thy fault, our law calls death, but the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest not.
No, 'tis torture, not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives, and every cat cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing lie here in heaven and may look on earth. But Romeo may not. He is banished. And sayst thou yet that exile is not death? Had thou not poison mixed, nor sharp ground knife, nor sudden mean of death? You're so mean, but banish it. To kill me. Banish it. Oh, Friar, the damned use that word in hell.
Thou fond madman, hear me a little speak. I'll give thee armor to keep off that word, adversity, sweet milk. Philosophy, to comfort thee, though thou art banished.
Oh, you banish it. Hang up philosophy. Unless philosophy can make a Juliet, displant a town, reverse a prince's doom. It helps not, it prevails not. Talk no more.
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
How should they when wise men have no eyes? Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Doting like me and like me banish it. Thou mightst not speak. Thou mightst not tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now. Taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Arise. Good Romeo, hide thyself.
No.
Hark, how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, arise. Thou wilt be taken. Stay a while, stand up. Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in and I shall show my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Where's my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, piteous parent. Even so lies she, blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up, stand up, stand, and you'll be a man for Juliet's sake, for her sake. Rise and stand.
Speaks thou, Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer? Where is she? And how does she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps, and now falls on her bed, and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
Yeah, this as if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her. As that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, Friar, tell me, in what vile part of the anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me, that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand. Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art, or by the break of day disguise it from hence. Sojourn to Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Oh, I screwed up. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Thou hast amazed me. Be my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Romeo, wilt thou slay thyself and slay thy lady that in thy life lives, by doing damned hate upon thyself? What? Rouse thee, man! Thy Juliet is alive. there art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings light upon thy back. Go, get thee to thy love, as was decreed, ascend her chamber. Hence, and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back. Go before, nurse. Commend thee to my lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed here all the night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come. Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived in this.
Go hence. Good night. And here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence. Sojourn to Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late, farewell. Good night.
Act 3, Scene 4. Enter Capulet, his wife, and Paris.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight.
These times of woe afford no times to woo. Oh, madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mewed up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me. Nay, more. I doubt it not. Wife, you go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris's love. A Thursday? Let it be. A Thursday. Tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste?
Oh, my lord. I would that Thursday for tomorrow.
Well, get you gone. A Thursday it be then. Prepare her, wife, against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. It is so very late.
For me, it is so late that we may call it early by and by.
Act 3, Scene 5. Enter Romeo and Juliet aloft.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day.
I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yond light is not daylight. I know it, It is some meteor that the sun exhaled. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en. Let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. Come, death, and welcome, Juliet wills it so. How is it, my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. It is. Hie hence, be gone, away. Oh, now, be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam, your mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke, be wary. Look about.
Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Oh, thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
Doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our times to come.
Oh God, I have an ill divining soul. Methinks I see thee, now thou art so low, as one in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
Trust me, love, in my eyes, so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu.
Ho, daughter, are you up?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for our cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weepest not so much for his death as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
God pardon him. I do with all my heart, and yet no man like he doth grieve my heart. I, madam, from the reach of these my hands, would none but I venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Then weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua, where the same banished runagate doth live, shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that he shall soon keep Tybalt company. And then I hope thou wilt be satisfied. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time.
Well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy that thou expects not, nor I looked not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Mary, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant young and noble gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed, ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
Oh, no. Huh? Oh, a conduit, girl. What? Still in tears, evermore showering in one little body, for still thy eyes, which I may call the sea, without a sudden calm will overset thy tempest-tossed body. How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
How will she none? Doth she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate.
How? Chopped logic. What is this? Proud, and I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud. Mistress minion, you. Thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither.
But Father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Oh, hang thee, young wretch.
Fine, what are you mad?
I tell thee what. Get thee to church Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God had lent us but this only child. But now I see this one is one too much, and that we have a curse in having her.
Oh, you are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
Why, Lady Wisdom? Hold your tongue.
I speak no treason.
Peace, you are too hot.
And you be mine. I'll give you to my friend. And you be not hang, beg, starve, die in the streets, for by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge thee, nor what is mine shall never do thee good. Trust to it. Bethink you. I'll not be forsworn.
Oh, my sweet mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if you do not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh God, oh nurse, how shall this be prevented? What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse?
Faith, here it is. Romeo was banished, and all the world to nothing, that he dares never come back to challenge you. I think it best you married with the county. I think you were happy in this second marriage, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead, or 'twere as good he were.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence' cell to make confession and to be absolved.
Mary, I will. And this is wisely done.
I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
Act 4, Scene 1. Enter Friar Lawrence and County Paris.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
My father, Capulet, will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course. I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and Therefore have I little talk of love. Oh, now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she do give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastens our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now, do you know the reason of this haste? Oh, happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That maybe must be love on Thursday next.
What must be, shall be.
That's a certain text.
Oh, come you to make confession to this father. Do not deny to him that you love me. So you will, I am sure that you love me. Oh, poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small victory by that, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
It may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
Oh, God shield, I should disturb devotion. Oh, Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse you. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, Friar, that you hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do thou but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. Be not so long to speak. I long to die. If what thou speakst, speak not a remedy.
Hold, daughter, I do spy a kind of hope. If rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame. That copest with death himself to scape from it, and if thou darest, I give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of any tower, and I will do it without fear or doubt to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Take thou this phial. Being then in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor. For no pulse, no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest each part. Deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. and in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift. And hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking. And that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy, nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting of it.
Give me, oh, tell me not of fear.
Hold. Get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in thy resolve. I'll send a man with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Farewell, dear father.
Act 4, Scene 2. Enter Capulet, Lady Capulet, nurse, and serving men.
We shall be much unfurnished for this time. What, is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her.
Oh, see where she comes from Shrift, with a merry look.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition. To your pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward, I am forever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Lawrence's cell and gave him what becoming love I might, not stepping o'er the bounds of modesty.
I am glad on it. This is well. Stand up.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provision. 'Tis now near night.
I will stir about, and all things shall be well. I warrant thee, wife. Go thou to Juliet. Help to deck up her. I'll not to bed tonight. Let me alone.
Act 4, Scene 3. Enter Juliet and nurse.
Aye, those attires are best. Gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight.
What, are you busy, ho? Need you my help?
No, madam, we have culled such necessaries. So please you, let me now be left alone, for I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. My dismal scene, I needs must act alone. Come, Vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. Love will give me strength, and strength will help me. Romeo. Romeo, I drink to thee.
Act 4, Scene 4, enter Capulet and Nurse.
Go waken Juliet. Go and trim her up. I'll go and chat with Paris. Hi, make haste. Make haste. The bridegroom, he has come already. Make haste, I say. Yes.
My lamb, my lady. Fie, you slug-a-bed. My love, I say, madam, sweetheart. Why, bride? Why not a word? You take your pennyworths now. I must needs wake her up. Madam, madam, madam! Oh, what, dressed and in your clothes and down again? I must needs wake you. Lady, lady, lady. Oh, alas, oh, alas, oh, help, help, oh, my child, my only life, oh, revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Oh,
Noise is here.
lamentable day.
What is the matter? Dead art thou? Alack, my child is dead. And with my child, my joys are buried. Help! Help! Call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come.
She's dead. Deceased, she's dead, alack the day.
Alack the day, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead.
Let me see her. Out. Alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled. And her joints are stiff. Death lies on her like an untimely frost. Upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Oh, lamentable day.
Death that hath ta'en her hence to make me wail. Ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Death is my son-in-law. Death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded. I will die.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face, and doth it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretchful, hateful day. Most miserable hour that ever time saw. But one poor and loved child. But one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death hath catched it from my sight.
Never was seen so black a day as this.
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spite, slain. Oh, uncomfortable time, why canst thou now to murder our solemnity?
Oh, my child. Oh, child. My soul, and not my child.
Peace, ho, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all. and all the better is it for the maid. And weep you now, seeing she is advanced above the clouds as high as heaven itself? Dry up your tears, and stick your rosemary, and in her best array bear her to church, and go, get you in. Everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave.
Oh, Faith, I know not what to say.
Act 5, Scene 1, enter Romeo in Mantua. If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah! Oh! News from Verona. Ah! How now, Balthasar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How doth my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell you. Pardon me for bringing this ill news.
No. Is even so? No, no. No. I defy you, stars. Oh, hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience.
Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No. No matter. Get thee gone. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee to. No. Juliet. I will lie with thee tonight. Oh, let's see for me. Oh, mischief. Thou art swift to enter the thoughts of desperate men. What ho! Apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I know that thou art poor. Hold, there's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon spreading gear as will disperse itself through all the veins that the life-weary taker may fall.
Such mortal drugs I have, But Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
No, the world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich, then be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
Yeah, I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Come. Cordial and not poison. Go with me, Juliet, to grave. For there I must use thee. Act 5, Scene 2. Enter Friar Lawrence with a letter to Romeo in desperation.
My letter then to Romeo was delayed. His man couldn't send it. Here it is again. Unhappy fortune. By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge of dear import. And the neglecting it may do much danger. Now I must go hence. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua and keep her at my cell till Romeo come, poor living corse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Act 5, Scene 3, The Tomb. Enter Paris with flowers for Juliet.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard. And yet, I will adventure. The obsequies that I, for thee, will keep nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. My ear gives warning something doth approach. What a torch! Muffle me night a while.
Hold, take this letter. Early in the morning, see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me light. Upon thy life I charge thee, whate'er thou hearest or seest, and all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. By heaven, I will tear thee joint by joint.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So thou shalt show me friendship. Take thou that. Ah, good, gentle youth. Tempt not a desperate man.
For all this same, I'll hide me hereabout. Her looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
This is that banished haughty Montague, that murdered my lost cousin, with which grief it is supposed that the fair creature died. And here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will go and call the watch. Conventions be pursued further than death. Condemned villain, we will apprehend thee.
Ah. give me thy hand. Oh, my love. My wife. Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the leaned horrid monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world's weary flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace, and lips. Oh, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss. A dateless bargain to engrossing death. Ah. Years to my love. True. Apothecary. Thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss. I die.
Sir Francis be my speed. Tell me, good friend, what torch is yond that vainly lends his light?
One that you love,
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long has he been here?
A full half an hour.
Go with me to the tomb.
I dare not, sir. My master knows not that I am gone from hence, and fearfully did menace me with death, if I did stay to look on his intents.
Stay then, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill, unthrifty thing.
There I am. Here's my Romeo. Oh, Romeo. Oh, hail. What unkind hour is this? My husband? In my bosom here lies dead? I I do remember well where I should be. Alack, Romeo! Come! Awake! Once here, the cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, has been his on timeless end. Cheryl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss my lips. Haply some poison doth hang on them. My lips are warm. Hear your noise? Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rust, and let me die.
This is the place, there where the torch doth burn.
Romeo, come, speak, my good Juliet. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Pitiful sight. Go, tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues, whoe'er you find. Here is a friar that trembles, sighs and weeps. We see the ground whereon those woes do lie, but the true ground of all those piteous woes we cannot without circumstance descry.
Oh, what misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
Here is this which startles in our ears.
Oh, heavens. Oh, wife. Look how our daughter bleeds. Warm and new killed?
Me!
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir, now early down.
What further woe conspires against mine age? Oh, thou untaught, what manners is in this to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities and know their spring, their head, their true descent. And then I will be general of your woes.
I am the greatest, able to do least, and here I stand, both to impeach and purge myself condemned, and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost know in this.
Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from this city. For whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed and would have married her perforce to county Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise her some mean to rid her from this second marriage. Or in my cell she would kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored in my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime, I writ to Romeo that he should hither come as this dire night to help to take her from her borrowed grave, for he which bore my letter, woe the day, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then all alone at this prefixed hour of her waking came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely at my cell till I conveniently could send to Romeo, and she, too desperate, did not wait for me, and as it seems, did violence on herself. Miscarried by my fault. Let my old life be sacrificed some hour before his time.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say to this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post he came from Mantua to this place, to this same monument. This letter he early bid me give his father, and threatened me with death, going in the tomb if I departed not, and left him there.
This letter doth make good the friar's words. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague? See what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
Oh, Brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure. For no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more. For I will ray her statue in pure gold, that whilst Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. Sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
That was so good, you guys. Like,